أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله الذي لا إله إلا هو الواحد الأحد الصمد الذي لم يتخذ صاحبة ولا ولدا وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله وأن عليا أمير المؤمنين وسيد الوصيين وأن ذريته المعصومين أئمتنا أوصيكم عباد الله بتقوى الله أوصيكم بتقوى الله يا معاشر العباد اللهم صل على محمد سيد المرسلين اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعلي أمير المؤمنين وفاطمة بنت محمد والحسن والحسين وعلي بن الحسين ومحمد بن علي وجعفر بن محمد وموسى بن جعفر وعلي بن موسى ومحمد بن علي وعلي بن محمد والحسن بن علي والحجة القائم بالحق المهدي اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد الذي ببقائه بقيت الدنيا وبيمنه رزق الورى اجلسوا وبيمنه رزق الورى وبوجوده تثبت الأرض والسماء وبه يملأ الله الأرض قسطا وعدلا كما ملئت ظلما وجورا صلوات. In the second part of the khutbah, I'll try to make it very short. We are supposed to remember the different events that took place, especially in the Muslim world and of course also in our country. Eid is a return towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we ask Allah that He grants us true returning towards Him. The state of the Muslim people of the world today is quite a detrimental sight. We have just passed through the Ksij Day. We have seen the Palestinian plight, where I explained in the Friday khutbah, so I will not explain more. But I would just like to mention the amount of new settlements that are being made every day inside Palestine. And it is not hidden that even the United Nations have condemned the new settlements that are being built. But as you see, they continue to adamantly build new settlements. And these settlements slowly encroach into the land of Palestine. If you look at the board that the young brothers from Debating Society and Literary Section had put outside, you will see what has happened to Palestine. It's slowly being eaten up, and it is left nothing but a few fragmented pieces of disunited areas. That's what they want to do. They want to disunite the whole of Palestine so that it becomes separate areas. Gaza is on that side, West Bank on the other side, because when you disunite and break the unity of a people, then you can easily destroy them. And this is the long-term plan that they have, that we as Muslims need to be careful and see what is happening. Another thing that we need to look into is the plight of Yemen. Yemen today is facing a drastic humanitarian crisis. We have a looming famine taking place. If you look at the pictures of the Yemeni children, you will feel like crying. There is a lot of malnutrition. They were saying almost 12 million people would probably enter into a state of hunger in some time. This is a very large amount. It's unimaginable. The greatest hunger crisis that would ever happen in the world will take place in Yemen. It is my appeal that we try to find out a solution for this particular crisis in one way or another, through World Federation, through Africa Federation, and at least send food to these people. There are many other things that are happening in Yemen. The political crisis that is there, and the very, you can say, intricate plans that the enemy is trying to work on. But of course, we pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that if the Yemeni people, especially the Houthi movement, will continue to remain steadfast, because that is what the enemies are trying to do. They are trying to buy time. So they are saying that let us buy time until they become weak. You know, when there is a wrestling match and then you hold on to someone's throat. So what they are trying to do in that is when they hold the throat, they are waiting for the breath to finish and then finish it. But if as soon as Yemen loses hope and, you know, gives in to this pressure, then they will be completely destroyed. We pray to Allah that they continue to be steadfast even in this crisis, and they will definitely be successful. In Iraq and Syria, we've seen now that Daesh is slowly being cornered into certain areas, which is a good sign, but at the same time they are running towards other areas. So we have reports that they are going to Afghanistan, and reports into, for example, Southeast Asia also, that the Daesh has been going there. But what is important for us to notice and for us to contemplate is that, notice that when Iran attacked Daesh, it was able to attack with 6 missiles 700 kilometers away. Ground invasion from Iran right into Syria, rightfully targeting pinpoint buildings where the Daesh were staying. 150 Daesh soldiers died, among them around 10 commanders, high-level commanders. Now my question to the American army, that you have been claiming that you are attacking Daesh all these years. Weren't you able to pinpoint that there is a whole Daesh factory there in Deir ez-Zor all this time? There are only two things. Either you are collaborating with Daesh, or your army is weaker than that of Iran. One of the two. So, chunga. If you want to attack Iran, chunga sana, you're in big trouble. The other thing that we need to look into is in Africa. In Africa, if you notice, I would like to give you this as a research homework. What is happening in Central African Republic? Just 1 week ago, 100 people were killed, and this conflict has been going on for a very long time, since 2015. And it is something that I would say is the result of French colonialism. So inshallah, if someone gets the time to look into this, this is something very interesting on what they have been doing in Central African Republic. The way the colonial regimes put Central African Republic. Central African Republic is in between the desert. Why would you create a country right there where you would suffer from hunger and poverty? We need to be very careful about the politics that are happening around the world. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us basira to be able to understand the crises that are happening. And it will help us understand our position in this particular part of the world. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات تابع بيننا وبينهم بالخيرات إنك مجيب الدعوات إنك على كل شيء قدير اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره إنه كان توابا صدق الله العلي العظيم.